Hello, welcome back. Welcome to another Onkruid video. Welcome to another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. Welcome to our, I believe, second attempt at Curse level 6 in the Dungeons of Despair. The final map, the final difficulty on the final map, and then we will have cleared everything. It's been a while since I've actually played Soulstone Survivors. I have recorded some videos already today, so that's not really been a while. Or well, then again, I recorded one video, a Noita video, quite a long one, episode 12 if you're wondering, about the backlog and how everything chronologically lines up. But I also did some editing. I edited the video about balloons, which may or may not have gone up already, about Masayoshi Matsumoto, the balloon artist from Kanagawa, Japan, who creates really stunning art with just the balloons at his disposal. I have done some thinking about Soulstone though, during the weekend I was at home, and especially a lot of thinking after like my last video ended, or the recording of my last video ended, and me going for like a missile build with this rune set doesn't make any sense at all. What we should be going for is things like magic missiles or void, things that apply a whole bunch of effects all at once, and not just missiles that can only apply the negative effect one time on hit. You get what I'm saying? We need things that hit very frequently, like for example the tornado spells, the void spells, the firewall spells, all things that have a whole bunch of or very short interval between hits, because that is of course what applies the negative effects that we are seeking after, that we want our build to have. We want our build to function like that. A bit of critical damage is not going to hurt us right here at the start, because we are having a little bit of trouble getting down these elites, but all in all, it's okay. The next wave of elites is already here though. I would love to get like another level or two. Arcane Sparks as well is, I think, something that deals a lot of damage, but I think Void applies a lot of hits to the enemies while it remains on top of them. So that's exactly what we're going to be looking for, right? It does apply multiple hits throughout for 6 seconds, applying Doom. I think I have it correctly in my mind. I think I thought about it well, and that it is a better approach to take spells like this. What I also thought about though, I think Shadow Orb is fine. What I also thought about though is how, well, with other characters, when you have the flurry ability, that makes it so much easier to go this type of build. So maybe if we don't succeed with the Pyromancer and stuff with this type of build, we should go back to a full arcane build, of which we have also seen the potential already in the past. But we still have time. We have time to figure all of these things out. These are not really any skills that we really want, so I guess we... oh yeah, I guess we will just go for something like that. Death Vortex is exactly what I'm talking about. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that just applies a whole lot of hits. It should, at least. We have a rogue Soulstone Survivor chasing us, which is not really nice. So far, we are definitely missing some damage. We are missing like a sustainable damage source that can really get us out of a pickle if necessary. Touch of Ice is fine for now. Damage increase is not really what we're looking for. I think Frailty is going to help us out a lot more. Area effect on the Void is very welcome, because if we then also get things like Firewall and stuff. Poison Bomb, not really. If we also get things like Firewall and stuff, the Void can keep the enemies in the space our Firewall is actually in. I think we might keep Might for a while, so that's why I invested a little upgrade into there. Acid Rain. Raining acid on enemies, applying bot. I think Acid Rain might also be a good ability. Let's get rid of our combustion, because we are not focused on a fire build at all this time. I think Acid Rain also just applies a bunch of hits, right? Yeah, we're onto something. We still have some work to do, and let's really... now we can really test how the build fares, because the first lords are here, of course. It's always a nice test to whether your build is actually already doing damage or not. And I think we can all see that for now the answer seems to be more towards the oh not side, right? I don't see any health bars disappearing, at least. Let's try and stay close a little bit. No, we're definitely missing some stuff. Arcane Beam. Arcane Beam applies a lot of hits, we know that much. I think I'm gonna get rid of the acid rain already. I think a beam, and if we could get like more beams, that would really help us out also. Because of the turned down graphical effects, you can't really see my arcane beam all that well, but I can promise you that it's there. It's the same thing I tell potential sexual partners about my penis. I know that you can't see it very well, but I promise you it's there somewhere in the depths. We've got some damage, but it's not amazing. What's this? Cause all enemies in a large area around you that are currently affected with burn or melting to explode. Sounds interesting. Doesn't really fit our build right now. I think I will get rid of magic missiles actually, because I think that doesn't apply as many hits as I actually wanted it to. Although I did see an interesting video about a person using the upgrade, or the rune rather, that makes it possible for you to choose multiple of the same ability. And I didn't even realize how strong that could be, because of course every upgrade that you pick for that ability then applies to like all iterations of that ability you have in your hotbar. And he picked 6 times magic missiles, and he was able to come out on top in that run. So that inspired me to try out that rune maybe in the future as well. What are we missing? I think we're missing a bunch of the synergistic abilities or upgrades. I think we're missing a lot of cast time reduction, so that our beams are almost always up. I'm not going to go for Leviathan because we want to move around quickly enough. An area upgrade is also very nice, to have our void and the tornado be even larger. But I think those things really just need to hit if we want them to actually be helpful towards our cause, and that's not always that easy, of course. Alright, ooh, it's area effect, but I think I am still gonna go for it. Are the lasers also frontal? Yeah, they are. And having them have a larger area effect is, I think, in some way also effective. Firewall is what we were really looking for actually, but I think it might be too late now. Because with builds like this, I wonder, right? It says applying burn. Does that cause as like a hit that can apply all of my other effects or not? I'm not actually even sure about it, to be honest. It's something I should definitely figure out. Because things like poison bombs and stuff, for example, as well, they apply poison, but does every tick of poison then count as an effect that can apply other things, or how does this really work? Things to worry about in the future. What am I worrying about today? Not much. It's quite a chill day. Only have to get to work at like 6 or 7, something like that, because we only have intervision today, which means that we sit together with a bunch of our colleagues and talk about some of the difficult cases we have been encountering lately in our clinical psychology work. So I think that's not going to be... It's going to be fun. It's going to be lighthearted. I love to see my colleagues again, because we don't see each other all that often now. I think we now have 100% poison application with every attack, so that's at least nice already. And I have a case to discuss, so that's also going to be... That makes it a lot more interesting, because I am hopeful that I could get some more help on a case that I'm kind of struggling with. And then for the rest of the day, everything is just still wide open. Everything's chill. I'm finishing off my book on worrying. I can hear you thinking like you're finishing it off, but there have been like no videos about the book for a while already. Maybe you're not thinking that at all. Maybe you don't care about any of the content on my channel or me as a person. Either way, that's true. I've been slacking a bit on the recording part, but I have almost gone through the entire book. So the next episodes can come in rather quickly. Oh damn. And why? Well, it's just because I have been busy working my job. I have been busy with a lot of parties for the new year and stuff like that. And I also have just been busy recording a whole bunch of other stuff. A lot of Noita, some Soulstone Survivors. It's kind of been on the back burner a little bit. We still have to get to 100 episodes though. But I won't beat myself up if I miss some days. If it's not gonna be a daily content type of thing forever, I wouldn't really mind that, as long as I get to that 100 episode mark. That's really the goal I set for myself. And that's why I have not been recording a lot of the deep dive into the book Away from Worrying or Weg van het Piekeren by Philip Raas. But it will come, don't worry. I'm definitely gonna finish that series, and I'm definitely gonna do it with more books as well, because it gave me an incentive to take insightful notes about the book. it gave me an incentive to really think about the material as well. Not just read it and take notes, but also then reread those notes to make them into... attack speed is nice, to make them into videos. So that's really nice. That helps me remember everything better. And it just makes it so that I can add value to other people's lives from the books I have read. So from the things that bring a lot of value to my life. I think reading is a very valuable endeavor to embark upon. So really it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win situation, something like that. Attack speed on the beam, thank you. Just one level, huh? I would have hoped for some more experience points lying around the map, but I guess it's not possible. A bit more area, although I think we have enough area upgrades now because our build doesn't mainly focus on area, to be honest. What are we missing? Damage, that's for sure. Maybe some defensive upgrades as well. We have a lot of movement speed, so that can help us in the defense compartment, but I think we are still missing like some health or armor upgrades from when we do inevitably get hit. Still though, I think with this current build and a bit of belligerence, a bit of being ready and capable for battle, we can make this build work, but we're gonna have to play a bit more careful because my second revive has now already been almost popped just because of me moving across the poison fields and stuff. Instead I should maybe circle back a little bit. There's a lot of red circles to dodge at any given time. And there's still a lot of lords behind me chasing me, to be honest. No, please. I don't want to have my second revive popped. Not only have I been thinking a lot about Soulstone Survivors, I've been thinking a lot about life and everything, right? And I realized, kind of meta here, because I thought about what I was thinking, but that really giving yourself the time to think about things is one of the purest and most effective forms of growth and self-development, self-actualization, if you will, out there, I think. Most of the time there's so much knowledge already in your head somewhere, but you kind of disregard it or you don't realize it because you're just moving through life so rapidly. But really taking the time, for example, while you're outside on a walk, on a hike or something, and let your mind do its thing. Really let it go into every direction it wants to go. Sometimes the most beautiful thoughts will come out of that process. And that thought in and of itself was one of them, I think. Additionally, I thought about why I should never actually be worrying or be like feeling guilty about when I'm feeling like I'm wasting time on stuff like relaxation, just relaxing, YouTube videos, walking, just chilling, meeting with friends and going for a drink. Oh shit, why I should never feel bad about that. And it's because all those things are kind of in some way, shape or form contributing to my development as a person. Increase the area modifier of all those skills. I think we have enough area, really. And therefore also contribute to the development of me as a clinical psychologist. Every experience I have in life, whatever type of activity I'm doing or stuff, it's always gonna have like a certain impact, and every impact I experience is something that is gonna shape the way I am able to work with my clients in the future. So really, I should just try to be open towards every type of experience in my life and never feel guilty for not being the most productive person, not reading enough, not doing this, not doing that. No, just live my life calmly. And that's, I think, a big revelation. Another big revelation is that we are really, really struggling in this run. We don't have the damage to clear out these lords in the slightest. I think we just don't have the best set of abilities, really. Either way, this is probably going to be the last run on this character for a while, because I am definitely going to get prestige level 60 on him after this attempt. So then we can maybe circle back into a character that is more fit for the type of build we always try to go, with the negative effects and such. And maybe we should try to get into some builds with the talent or the rune that allows you to pick multiple iterations of the same skill, because I think that really opens up a whole lot of new possibilities too. Bright horizons in the future, still a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of things to try even after like more than 50 episodes already. I'm not gonna try and stick a number on it, because I've also stopped including the number in my titles for videos that don't need to be watched necessarily in chronological order. We shouldn't have taken that. We already have more than 100% chance of applying poison. For World of Warcraft, for example, I still add the numbers and the episode number to the video, because I think it's important that you know at which part of the story you are. But for things like Noita and things like Soulstone Survivors, it doesn't necessarily matter whether you watch all the episodes in order and whether you watch all the episodes, because they are roguelike, so they are all just little one-off stories, if you will. And I think that just looking at an interesting title is way more appealing for the regular old YouTube viewer than a title that has like a bunch of numbers in it already, like, oh, this is episode 16, so if you want to follow, you have to watch episode 1 to 15 firstly, you know? I still include the numbers on my thumbnails just to give a bit of a how should I call it? A bit of an anchoring point, a bit of a perspective to the people that do want to watch every episode, so they can kind of keep track of, no, I watched episode 53 already, that's right, but not in the titles, just to make it a little more appealing, make it a bit more clickable. We're almost at 2. I dashed straight into that poison field, but it's quite hard to see it with the graphic settings we have right now, sadly enough. Either way, I was talking about, I almost reached 200 subscribers already, which is absolutely crazy. And that's definitely going to be an achievable goal in 2023. I want to go for 500, to be honest, but I'm going to have to pull out all the tricks and really just create some amazing content. Like this video. Psych, I was just rambling. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.